socialist, communist, all these terrible things. You'll be fearful of them taking over. So we said, well, to address that fear, let's offer them these sunset clauses to say you will not lose power completely. And it meant not only retaining some of them in cabinet, it also retaining people in the public service, directors general, chief of police, chief of the military, people like that.
The debate was, it's a tactical question and let's give them that. And on the other part of the argument was that if we do that, we're going to be seriously limiting our ability to transform South Africa because these people are in the key positions.
I can remember Mandela with his mask-like features, always very grave and basically saying, we've got to go with this, my boys. We can't upset the ship at this stage.
The sunset clauses meant that apartheid structures would not be dismantled immediately. The foundation of the economy and property rights would remain intact, and the same people the ANC fought against would remain in their jobs for 5 more years. And once these 5 years were over, there was no clear proviso requiring that they be replaced.
You can't shut down on one day and open up on the next day with a new civil service. And that's where the first hurdles came about, because we then went into government with our previous oppressors and had to wage a struggle within government to execute our program, whilst they waged a struggle to maintain old relations and old conditions.
It was too big a compromise. When you have an armed seizure of power, you put the enemy up against the wall and you shoot them. So now, not just to do that, and to no Nuremberg rallies, nothing, and even to say they can keep their jobs and their pensions, it was a very big leap. It was almost a leap of faith for many